So you guys just played a game on the computer with learninggamesforkids.com. You learned about idioms, right? So what do you think of idioms? Have you heard of some of these idioms before? Yes, we hear these idioms all the time. This is part of our language. Okay, and I'm sure if I went around and I asked you what are some idioms in your own country, you would have idioms too. It's just part of language. So this is what I want to do. I want to ask, remember I had you write down an example of one of the idioms that you came up with while you were playing the game, and you're also supposed to write down what it means. So I'm going to ask Maria. Maria, can you give me an example? Actually, hold on a second, because Leonardo had already given us an example of an idiom. All right, so in hot water. How many of you have heard that idiom before? Maybe mom has told you that, or you've heard someone's mom. Maybe tell a friend, my friend, you are in hot water. So what does that mean? They are in trouble. Yes, so I hope you don't hear that you are in hot water, because that means you're in trouble, right? You don't want to be in trouble. Let's see, Carla, can you give me an example of one of the idioms that you saw while you were playing your game?
Gone to the dogs.
Oh, I like this one. Gone to the dogs. All right, how many have heard this idiom before? A couple of you. Okay, so what does it mean when something has gone to the dogs? What does that mean?
Something that has gone wrong.
Oh, yes, something has gone wrong. Very good. So, let's say, let's say you live in a neighborhood, okay? And that neighborhood is always nice and clean. You didn't see trash in the streets or anything. And then all of a sudden you start seeing trash, okay? You see trash everywhere. People are moving in, or people are, walking through that neighborhood, and they're not being careful to throw out their trash. They're just throwing it on the floor. So you would say, this neighborhood has gone to the dogs. Okay, that means there's something wrong. Something that wasn't happening is happening now. Something's not right. All right, so remember what we've been doing? We've been reading Amelia Bedelia. How many of you just love Amelia Bedelia? I do too. She is a funny little housekeeper, isn't she? So this is what I want you to do. We are reading Thank You, Amelia Bedelia today. Okay, this is our second time reading the story, and each time we're looking at something different, okay? This time, of course, we're looking at idioms, right? Now, Amelia has a problem with idioms. She takes them word for word, okay? As you will see in a minute. Her understanding of idioms is not your understanding of idioms now. Now you understand that when you hear something that doesn't make sense, like in hot water or gone to the dogs, you're going to recognize it as an idiom, because there's no way that that's going to be taken word for word, right? There has to be something else behind that. There's another meaning. So I want you to turn to page 8, and here's an example of an idiom that Amelia Bedelia is just not getting, okay? So let me read to you on page 8. I want you to follow along in your books, okay? Well, the guest room must be made ready. Strip the sheets off the bed. Remake it with the new rosebud sheets, said Mrs. Rogers. Thank goodness you're here. All right, so I want you to just kind of look at what's going on in this picture. First of all, here is Amelia's to-do list. This is what Mrs. Rogers has asked Amelia Bedelia to do. One of the things, she says, Amelia, strip the sheets off the bed. Okay, so on the following page, I don't have that page, I want you to look at the following page. Tell me, Maria, what is Amelia Bedelia doing to the sheets? This is what Mrs. Rogers told her. Mrs. Rogers told her, strip the sheets off the bed. What is she doing, Maria?
She's tearing the sheets into strips.
She's tearing the sheets up. She's just making strips out of those sheets. So let me ask you, do you think that's what Mrs. Rogers wanted her to do? No, not at all. But guess what? Amelia Bedelia does not understand idioms. Okay, she's going to look at something and word for word, that is her understanding of it. All right, so instead, I want, let's see, Tanya, I want you to look back on page 8. We have some clues about what this idiom means, okay? We have the picture, so I want you to tell me, when you look at Mrs. Rogers, what is she handing Amelia Bedelia?
She's handing her sheets.
She's handing her some sheets, okay? And right here, right after it says, strip the sheets off the bed, it says, remake it. Remake it with the new rosebud sheets. So remake the bed with these sheets, okay? So, Tanya, back to you. What is Mrs. Rogers asking Amelia Bedelia to do?
To put new sheets on the bed.
That's it. Exactly. Very good. Okay, my friends, so now it's your turn to go ahead and read the story again with your partner, and I want you to find 2 other examples of idioms in Amelia Bedelia. Thank you, Amelia Bedelia. That's the name of the book that we're reading today. You have your idioms handout. I want you to complete and find in the book 2 more examples of idioms. If you have any questions, please let me know.